Be advised, all actions in this video were performed by professionals. Do not recreate any of these acts at home.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hopefully everyone had a well-rested sleep because we have a lot to get done today. As you already know, we have to discuss the goals we have for 2030. We'll talk about the ones that we think are and aren't possible by 2030. So, who wants to start?
I'll take the initiative
Nicely
to go
done.
first.
I'll go second.
The first thing I'm going to talk about is our climate action efforts and what we will be able to do by 2030. As you can see with this simulation, we want to replace the dirty power like coal and oil and replace it with renewable energies such as solar and wind. Additionally, we have a goal to keep temperatures from increasing by 1.5 Celsius and to repopulate the environment.
What a lovely day in my little shack. It's time to go outside and sniff the flowers. Wait, this looks different. And it smells different. It looks better. It looks cleaner. No way. Hold on, let me take a better view. Holy guacamole! Oh my mackerel! Holy mother of God! What in the tarnations happened here? They really did do the climate action. Look at this amazing city with this amazing forest. I might have to move in there someday. Maybe I might have to retire my shack.
Now I'd like to ask a very important question. How do we know that all this is possible by 2030?
Well, that's the thing. We may not be able to do everything by 2030. We will still be able to make a sizable impact. According to the University of British Columbia and their projections, they say that there should be a 45% collective reduction in emissions from extended impact sources. This isn't net zero emissions, however, this is still a step into the right direction.
Nicely done. I do agree with these said projections. Tristan, you want to do your part next?
Why, yes, absolutely. The goal that I'll be talking about is our 16th, which I think is possible to complete by 2030. As of current, there are a lot of prisons and judicial systems today that are flawed and corrupt. Since I still think that the peace part of this goal may not be possible by 2030, I'll just focusing on the institutions and justice.
Wait, just a quick question. How are you wanting to fix this problem? Do you have any solutions for this?
I'm glad you asked. The way we'll fix this is taking note of Norway's book and using the prison rehabilitation system. According to the First Step Alliance, Norway's focus on rehabilitation and restorative justice is certainly radical, but there's no doubt that it has had a positive impact on the country's crime rate and its economy. It's better than most systems. This system has also lowered its re-victimization rate to 20% after 2 years of being released. I say that by 2030, most countries should be able to adopt the system, or at least partially.
So how's your experience been in this prison so far?
Yo, my experience in this prison has been super great, bro. The cells are super comfy. The food is the bomb. I can go outside and touch the grass whenever I want. Plus, the guards are so nice. This place is dope. Honestly, ever since they changed the prison system a couple years ago, I've been wanting to go to prison sometimes, man. Because I'm sometimes I'd be homeless on those cold streets, bro. And this place is awesome, bro. You met the guard Gary? Bro, he is so cool. He's like a Mario Kart genius or something, bro. Play a race against that man. I swear to God, bro. That was crazy.
I agree. However, it's time for me to share my goal, which I think is fully achievable by 2030. This said goal is our ninth, to improve industry, innovation, and infrastructure. There are a ton of countries currently on the rise and developing. One of the major factors of these countries developing is industry. We can make these countries grow their industries faster, which in turn will improve infrastructure and innovation.
Okay, that's good and all, however, do you have any specific ways that we can achieve this?
Well, We would make all countries go through a lot of industrial policy reforms. According to Gruen de Tellier, the necessary policy reforms would be, quote, restructuring the education system to foster the creation of both ideas and projects, establishing standards that guarantee sustainable management of projects and business initiatives, and facilitating the opening procedures for new companies will all be necessary processes. These may just be policy reforms, but these said policy reforms will go a long way in improving the entire world's industry and infrastructure. As a bonus, this is almost necessary for you also want to complete Goal 13, which is the reason I think it is possible by 2030.
Just one question. Are you able to go home and see your families now? Please!
Anyway, now we need to discuss the goals we think that aren't going to be achievable by 2030. Antonio, start us off with your goal. I know you've been working on this one for a while.
Fine. The one goal that I think will not be possible by 2030 is the first. No poverty. This is such a far-fetched idea that will take multiple decades to even get close to fixing. While yes, no poverty will most likely be reduced by 2030, it's almost a guarantee that no poverty is a long-term goal and shouldn't be categorized with these more shorter-term goals.
Can you please spare me some food? It's been hard living in these times.
I decline, you dirty rat. I demand that you empty those pockets and give me all of your possessions.
Oh, Lord. Please don't, man. I have 12 kids.
Oh man, that's a lot of claims there. Is there anything backing you up with those claims?
Of course I do. I've spent 10 months on this. This isn't even 1/30th of everything. According to Oxfam.org, over 600 million people will remain in poverty in the year 2030. The evidence supporting the statement is that there's a weak focus on inclusive growth and productive capacities. While yes, poverty is a serious problem that needs to be fixed fast, I don't see it fixed anytime in the near future. My projections are that by 2045 to 2050, poverty will have been mostly eliminated.
You should take around that time, but probably more, since it's been around since the start of humanity.
That's true. By the way, Tristan, your point was also in line with mine's, right?
Yes, because I think that the second goal, zero hunger, is probably not going to be done by 2030 and will take a few more years than wanted by the UN.
This goal falls in line with the previous one talked about, as it's more of a long-term goal that has plagued humanity since the start.
While I am pretty optimistic about the future and accomplishment of this goal, I honestly don't think we can pull this off by 2030.
I most certainly agree, but why won't we be able to?
There are many reasons why. It's dependent on countries' governments and budgets. According to Soil Optimist Internation.com, there are some other things we'll have to account for zero hunger, like roughly 670 million people equals 8% of the world's population will still be hungry in 2030. The reasons and evidence is several factors, including conflict, economic shocks, and stagnation. A lack of cohesion at the policy level, inadequate food systems, and weak supply chains associated with the high cost of nutritious food and growing inequality will continue to challenge food security and nutrition.
While this is less far-fetched than no poverty, which includes zero hunger, because it's more structured and planning-based, it will still take many more years than the given deadline to solve this problem.
I'm estimating by 2036 to 2040 will be when we will reach zero hunger.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right.
Alright, what do you have to say, Jack?
Well, I'll be addressing the most important goal out of all of these set goals. This goal is the 17th goal, partnership for the other goals. The key goal that needs to happen before any other goal happens. For this to even happen, all the countries in the world will have to be at peace, and they'll also have to be honest with each other. This is essentially impossible, and may not ever be possible because of internal conflicts, wars, corruption, and general disdain from one country to another. While yes, most of the goals countries can do on their own, a lot of goals we set out are goals that the entire world will have to work on. This is because of the simple fact that countries can hold grudges for each other, and planning isn't easy among a group of multiple countries. According to the University College of London, quote, on the one hand, if people keep holding grudges for the wrongs that they or their people have suffered in the past, or for the present day disadvantages that stem from those wrongs, then peace is always going to be tenuous. Real, lasting, stable peace requires trust and solidarity among people. Trust among countries takes a long time to build and is not easy, which is why I think that we may never be able to use partnership for our goals. This does mean that some of the goals may take longer than expected. However, most goals will still be achievable with just some slowdowns.
Hey, Brad, everything looking good out here, dude? I know I'm on cameras, but can't see everything. So is anything going on with the border wall, dude?
Looking good. No rebels or suspicious activity so far. How's the wife, Chad?
Dude, Karen's doing nice, but she went over to the other side of the wall to visit her family in the other country, dude. Kinda not cool, dude.
Yo, dude, I think I see some guy over there with climbing equipment or something.
Scooby? Oh, dude, you hear that? Was that you?
Nah.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's still going to be difficult, but I believe that is possible.
Can I please go home and see my family now? It's been 7 years.
But wait, don't go yet. There's still one more thing.
We need to tell the people how they can help.
The first goal people can help with is our 13th. If you want to make an impact, you should commute to places by walking, biking, or using public transport. You can also try reducing the amount of electricity you use in your everyday life.
For the institutions of justice, I'd recommend not committing crimes. But if you really want to help, ask and vote for better judicial systems. Also call it judicial systems when they're being unjust or unfair.
If you want to help improve your country's development and infrastructure, you should get you or your children the best education possible. This will help both you and your country, and you'll be making more money, and you'll be doing more important jobs for your country.
If you want to help stop poverty, try being a little charitable and give your local struggling family some financial aid. Or you could vote in politicians that will make political reforms to help out the people in need.
For the problem with people starving, you can donate to a local food kitchen to help out people in your community.
Finally, if you want the world to collaborate on these goals, go against any calls for conflict or war in your country and protest any violent actions towards other countries.
So, that's all we have for today. If you want to go have a drink or leave, you can now. Alright then. I know you have to go see your family, so you are free to go.
Well, I've got another meeting to catch, so I'm gonna leave now, fellas.
Yes, I'll go now. Finally! Free